YouTube? Welcome back to Universe X, and today we are going to actually dive into the new black cards that have been spoiled. I know this is a little bit late, but I had a lot of stuff, had to kind of get ready for going to the beach, and I mean, just between, by this point, you've seen my Gohan deck profile, you've seen my anniversary box openings. If you haven't, go over to the page, maybe subscribe and then check out those videos. They're both pretty good if I don't say so myself. So in this one, I do want to talk about the black cards and then kind of my take on the Super Saiyan 4 deck in general. So that being said, as per usual, if you haven't already, just check out the Facebook page, the official Facebook page, as well as the community one, my Universe X page. Tried jumping in the Discord and just chatting with the dudes. We're all pretty cool, I think so at least. And we're all here just to have a good time and play this game that we all like. So if you like the content, think about joining the crew, Universe X, subscribing and catching all the videos and updates. And yeah, leave your comments to let me know what you think, and like the video to help the algorithm. So now that we're out of that neck of the woods, we can put up the template. I'll immediately start talking about the cards at hand. So you guys know that we got the leader, and it is a Bardock card. I thought that was fairly obvious after you saw all of the cards that required a Xeno Bardock, but this one is indeed Xeno Bardock. Permanent, reduce the combo cost by 1, negate the energy exhaust skill on all black multicolored battle cards with SS4 and their card names in all of your areas. Permanent, for each card color in your battle area and energy area, this card gains plus 2,000 power up to a maximum of 10,000. So that's pretty cool. Auto. Oh wow. Yeah. Auto, when this card attacks, look at up to 5 cards with the top or from the top of your deck. Add up to 1 black card with SS4 in its name amongst them to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. Awakening, when your life is at 3 or less, or you have 4 or more card colors in your battle area and energy area, you may draw 2 cards and then flip this card over. Okay, let's look at the back, and then I'll give you guys the critique, in my opinion. So looking over here, we got a 15K this time, because I think it is important to note this is a 5K on the back. Permanent, reduce the combo cost by 1. Yeah, still same permanent. And then auto, when this card attacks, resolve the effects below according to the number of non-black colors present amongst your black multicolored cards in your battle area and energy area. So 2 colors, 2+, this card gains 5K for the battle. Then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. Very cool, that's its yellow effect. As well as, that's yellow and red effect, I assume. 3+ colors, at the end of the turn, switch up to 1 of your black multicolor energy active mode, that's the blue effect. And then 4+ colors, draw a card, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's Unison cards and remove a marker from it. That's its green effect plus a draw. So you can kind of see all the colors, like, represented within Bardock. Now, now that we've looked at both sides though, I do want to kind of go over my first things. 1, this guy, he starts as a 5K. And that gets very weird, because even when you charge your first color, he's gonna go up to 7K. If you charge your second color, he is only a 9K. He still can't go neutral to other leaders. So on turn 2, you can't go neutral on other leaders. Now, if you do play a battle card on this turn, he is 11K at this point, and that's when he'll start to do things. Now, there are some ways to get these guys out. You can pay 1 to get some of these dudes out, but that's after they're already hit. So that's a little odd. However, the fact that he is going to be the most truest form of a rainbow deck is kind of wonderful. Now, I will say they have built in ways to kind of make this archetype kind of balanced, because it's not just a multicolored SS4, which actually opened up a lot of things, like Heartfelt Plea, the Vegeta secret rare. Because they made this guy black card with SS4 in its name amongst your hand, okay, so he can fetch the Gogeta secret rare. Let's actually put that up there. He can catch the Vegeta or the Gogeta secret rare. And just to make sure I am not bugging on that, I do want to see SS4 Gogeta Peerless Fusion. Okay, so yeah, this Bardock can fetch the OG SS4 Gogeta SCR, but this guy also is that's what I mean by he's easy to monitor, because if they don't ever want to give this support again, they just don't put SS4 in the name, or they don't make it black multicolored. Either one of those conditions not being on the card will prevent them from picking it up, so, and prevent it from giving it energy exhaust or negating the energy exhaust. So that's actually a very, very, very important part of this guy. If you ever see another SS4 multicolor that shares black again, just know that Bandai fully intended it to be support for this deck. It doesn't matter how weird it looks, they intended it on being support for this deck. Life at 3 or less kind of sucks, but it's 4 or more color cards in your battle area and energy area means that you are going to be able to do quite a few things. So normally this would mean at most a turn 4 or turn 3 awakening, because your first charge will make 2 colors, then you just need to charge 2 different multicolored black cards, and you have 3 colors. So turn 3 or 4 colors. Turn 3 is the minimum awaken, or I guess maximum awaken, unless you just draw very, very badly. Now, one thing you could do is, I mean, you could play, you know, a color 1, color 2, and then try to, I mean, you could try to do some sort of weird arrival with a multicolor card if it's one of the colors, but I think that's starting to get a little over the head. I think this guy most times is going to awaken on turn 3 or turn 2. He should awaken on turn 2 because you should be able to put 2 energy down and maybe cheat in a card to play and then flip this bad boy over. We're gonna have to look at this a little bit more, but that seems to be some of the vibe, you know. But I'm definitely digging it. I think they try to do something a lot different here, and I'm really hoping it's going to pan out. And the draw 2, it's a lot of black leaders that draw 2. But I think his backside kind of makes up for that, because if you can fulfill his awakening conditions, then automatically you're going to be switching one of your energy to active mode at the end of the turn. So you draw 2, but you're going to switch energy up, and that's actually very, very good. Now, when he's on his backside, he goes from a 5k that is a little awkward on getting that attack up to a 5k that's automatically going to swing for 20k. Change one of your opponent's battle cards to rest mode, which could be a blocker. Since this is an auto, it's going to happen before your opponent can block. He's also going to untap one of your energy, and then one more turn later, he's going to be able to draw a card and choose up to one of your opponent's Unison cards and move a marker for him. I think this leader has a lot going for it. It's just a little clunky in terms of how you ramp up to it. Now, this could just be my issue not seeing how the deck's supposed to be built, but I'm actually really, really hopeful to see more of it later. Now, we're going to move on to the Unison. SS4 Broly Prismatic Burst. Permanent for each marker on this card. It gains 5,000 power during your turn. Auto limit 1. If this card has 1 marker, when this card is played, add a marker for it for every 2 multicolor cards in your energy. Now you've got activate main, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, energy cost greater than its current energy, and send it to the Under's Warp. That's its -1. And then auto, when your leader card is attacked, -X, you may have it gain plus 5,000 power for the battle for each marker you have removed from or with this skill. So this is a very interesting Unison, and I don't think it's very overpowered, but it has a couple of cool things. And if we get better Spirit Boost cards, this is going to be a battery. So this is actually a funny thing, because most Unisons benefit from being on the field and then staying on the field for as much of the game as possible. However, this Dark Broly actually is quite the opposite. This Dark Broly is actually, this Dark Broly actually seems to do better playing it mid to late game. You play it with 3 energy and it can have 3 markers, but that's a huge L. You play it with 1 energy when you are sitting at 4 multicolored energy, and he's gonna automatically go up to 3. So he doesn't have a minus, or doesn't have a plus. So once you play him, he's a battery, and he's not a rechargeable one. But he is going to be very interesting. I mean, let's say you get to 6 energy with this deck and you play him. He's going to go up to, he's going to gain 3 counters. It's going to be a 4. So that's actually very, very cool. Now, the weird part about this, I'm going to say the odd part about this to me, is that while he may be able to swing for, you know, 30k if he comes up with 4 markers on him in true, you know, black Broly fashion, the thing that really gets to me is that the longer you wait to use him, the better he is for how many markers he has on him. But the longer you wait to use him, the less likely you're going to get a chance to use his -1, because as the game goes on, people are actually playing things that they have energy for, not cheating things in. So this is a very awkward Unison, and I'm going to need some help trying to see how relevant it can be, because at this moment, I don't really see why you just wouldn't use something like SS4 Bardock, which is a black card with SS4 in the name that can be picked up. And I mean, that is kind of what are you doing? I mean, let's see, on his front side, for each card, let's see, his front side, when this card attacks like top 5 cards from your deck, choose up to 1 black card SS4 in its name. Yep, this card can search the Bardock Unison, making it kind of one of the first decks to just have him and himself as a Unison, so it's pretty cool. Moving over to Supreme Time Prism Bringer. Super combo, plus 1000, 0 cost to combo. Limit 1, if your leader card is black and your life is at 4 or less, and this card is used in a combo, from your hand, draw 1 card, and this card gains plus 2000 combo power for the battle for each color energy. The most you can do is 5 colors. So this thing gets up to a 21, yeah, nah. I'm gonna be open with that. I don't know about that. I don't know if that one, Chief. Like, it is limit 1. A limit 1 super combo sounds awful. Yeah, nah, that sounds like garbage. So there's just better super combos you're gonna be able to use. Now the last new card is SS4's Call, okay? If your leader card is a black Bardock Xeno or a Saiyan card with SS4 in its card name, which at the very moment, I do believe the only things you can use those with are, you can use that with the Awakened side of the Xeno Gohan that goes to SS4. You can use that with the Awakened side of the Goku that comes in this Vermilion Bloodlines, the black one. Can you use it in Helku? I think Vegeta, blue Vegeta should be able to use it, because it's saying black Bardock Xeno or a Saiyan card SS4 in the name, right? So right now I'm just trying to see if I can find Helku. Oh yeah, Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Son Goku returning from hell. So in that case, yeah, you can do it with Super Saiyan 4 Goku returning from hell, or return from hell. You can do it with Super Saiyan 4 like Vegeta from Vermilion Bloodlines. You can use it with the black Xeno Gohan. You can use it with the black Xeno Goku, and you can use it with this. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, if your leader card is a black Bardock Xeno card or a Saiyan card with SS4 in the card name, look at the top 3 cards from the top of their deck, add up to 2 black cards with SS4 in their card names amongst them to your hand, and then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. If you added 2 cards to your hand, choose 1 card in your hand and place it at the bottom of your deck. So, minus, this is not a plus, but this is a free, once per turn, 2 card filter. You look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and you have the potential to add, 3 cards. Oof, that's actually rough. 3 cards, and you have the potential to take 2 cards from them and then bottom them. So you went down 1 card to play it, you potentially picked up 2, but you got a bottom deck 1. So it's a break even, but it's a filter of 2. Now, because it only goes 3 cards deep, that is very, very strict. You have a lot of chances to whiff that. So this card, I'm gonna kind of put on the back burner. If you have the space, you can use it, but I want to prioritize a card that only lets you look 3 deep. So those are the cards that got released in black, and now I just want to kind of tie it up and let you guys know, like, with this deck, you have access to every color. So you can abuse the best generic cards from each color. Bardock will be able to run 4 Senzu Bean and be happy about it. And that Senzu Bean will allow you to untap these things. That's wonderful. You might be able to use floodgates like Topo in this deck because, you know, Bardock cards are red. You're going to be able to do quite a lot, and I think that's actually a beautiful thing. Now, all the Super Saiyan 4s that are black multicolored are 16, meaning that you poke neutral, and if you combo one card, they're gonna have to combo more than that. You combo one card, you're at 21. So they can no longer combo 2 cards and be good because they're only gonna be 20. So they're gonna actually have to combo 2 cards. If they're like at 10, if they're at 15, they have to combo, you know, one to get up to 20, another one to get up to 25 when you just swing with, like, it throws off the math, and that's going to be really crucial in small situations. I do think that the Gogeta card is a boss card, but by the time you get to 5 energy, lots of decks will be on their last leg out, and Vegeta will just be the death knell. So that's pretty tight. I do like the ability to have so many colors because you really will be able to look at the entire card pool and choose what is best for you. And I'm digging that. I've always liked the ability to have options. I like generic decks over archetypes, and while this is sort of an archetype, it's sort of a loose archetype. You're not going by names, you're going from traits, and it's more tribal, and I like that for any Magic players. So, we're definitely going to be diving in. Let me know in the comments if you guys want me to go over the Bardock deck. I can make that an ongoing deck, you know, just kind of an ongoing project until something is playable. Maybe that'll be the next deck I kind of take to like a case tournament, or you know, like locals or a shop tournament. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'd love to know your opinion. Thank you guys for stopping by Universe X, and like I said before, if you like the content, think about subscribing and checking up the rest of the content. I will see you next time.